I would like to conclude that list.
Be a right and proper thing and within our power, it shall be yours.
I would ask again that you invite Lisabetta von Atzinger to join your order of defense.
I'll work the candidate.
Their Majesty summoned for Lisabetta von Atzinger!
Lisabetta, your master has begged the boon for you to be elevated to the order of defense. Do you still wish to take up this burden and swear fealty to the crown?
I do.
Are there royal peers who will attest to Lisabetta's nobility?
Your Majesties, my lady and I would have a few words that we think that these good people should hear about your candidate, if it be your will to hear them.
Your Excellencies, we would love to have you speak in our court. Thank you.
May I address the populace?
You may.
I am Contessa Anne-Marie. I am often asked, what makes a peer? What characteristics do you look for? Well, sometimes the measure of a peer is not how they comport themselves when things are going well, but how they face adversity. Lisabetta is a warrior on the list and off. She demonstrates that it's not always just about striking your opponent down low, but sometimes it's about, once you've been struck low, how many times you can get up, dust yourself off, and move on. Lisabetta weathers the storms and the sunshine of life with grace and nobility. I can think of no better person to become a peer. I commend her to your Majesties highly.
Your Majesties, I'm Count Cadogan, and I usually say the funny, witty stuff.
Well, the funny
But
stuff.
not today. I've known Lisabetta a long time, but it wasn't until we had the opportunity to stand as champions under Cameron Anomaly when I got to observe her true qualities. I've always known she was deadly with a blade, but it was during that time, behind the thrones, that I could observe her quiet reserve, her steadfast obedience to the crown, her willingness to serve the people in whatever capacity she could, with whatever resources she had. Perhaps it's an antiquated ideal, but I like to think that we make peers, and they have to fit into one of those slots that we have available. I believe that Lisabetta is a peer. She's going to be a master of defense because she chose the rapier. But if she chose to do service in any capacity, she could easily be a peer of the pelican, or she could be a laurel if she dedicated herself to the arts, or pick up rattan and be a knight, because she has those qualities. That's the kind of peer I want to be around. I commend her highly to your Majesties. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellencies.
Is there a knight to speak to
Hi,
us?
Your Majesty. All right, Knight Pelican will speak for ferocity in battle. I know not what it takes to be a master of defense. I do not. That is not my purview. I frankly thought the whole fencing experiment was over. Along with combat archery, but I've been schooled differently. For years, I have viewed this wonderful woman with the swishy and the poking and the killing and the grinning the whole time. And all I have seen is prowess upon prowess upon prowess based upon teaching, upon helpfulness, upon generosity. I do not know how to speak to a master of defense, but I will speak to someone that I consider a knight. The same prowess is there, the same giving is there, the same heart. And for that, I give you my word and bond, and it will not be disputed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is there a companion of the Order of the Laurel who will attest to Lisabetta's skill in the arts?
Your Majesty, there is. My name is Duchess Alina of Beckenham, Knight, Laurel, Pelican, and Rose, and faithful servant of this kingdom. I would speak to you of Lisabetta, her prowess in the arts. I have watched her personally spend evening after evening working diligently on a piece of embroidery, and when it wasn't exactly what she wanted, to pull it all out and start again, as the perfection of an artist truly showed in her works. But I will tell you this more: an artist inspires, a laurel inspires. And for this I would tell you, you saw with your own eyes and heard with your own ears those she inspires through her art and her willingness to serve. Your Majesty, she is my peer.
Thank you very much, Your Grace.
Is there a pelican to speak to Lisabetta's service?
Aye, Your Majesties. I am Adair McCormick, Knight, Pelican, and veteran of the Midrealm, and I am here to speak of Lisabetta's service. And I could go on and on about her service, but there's one quality that I wish to highlight, and that is her smile. That one right there. I've known her for a long time, and I would always see that smile when she greeted me, and I thought, that's because I'm special and wonderful. And while that is probably true, I noticed that she had that smile all the time while running lunch taverns, while serving as a local seneschal, while being deputy and kingdom rapier marshal. How you can hold a smile doing those jobs, I don't know, but she was able to do it. And Your Majesties and good gentles, that is a service to our society, because her smile is what draws people in. Her smile and her good heart is what will keep people with us and encourage them to do more and more. And for those reasons, Your Majesty, she is my peer, and I commend her to you.
Thank you, Adair.
Their Majesties summon the Order of Defense.
Noble master, having heard the words of these nobles, is it your judgment that Lisabetta is worthy to be numbered among her order of the defense?
Aye! Master Colin, I believe before we can continue the ceremony, you have some business which you must conclude with the candidate. Lisabetta, right mindful of your prowess in the art of defense, responsive to the wishes of these your peers, we are minded to make you a master of defense. Know that to wear the collar of a master of defense is to hold a sacred trust, that the obligations of peerage will demand your efforts every moment of your life. A master of defense must be honorable in all things, bearing with courage all trials and tribulations. A master of defense must love virtue above herself, being willing to sacrifice herself in its defense. A master of defense must be ever mindful of the power of her weapon, tempering its use with mercy and forbearing unwarranted violence. A master of defense must love her kingdom and her province and fulfill most faithfully her feudal obligation to her baron and her king. Her word must be dependable beyond doubt or question. She must never flee from the face of her foes. She must be generous to all. Must always and everywhere she must be the champion of the just and the right. The laws of the society and the customs of the kingdom require that a master of defense possess exceptional prowess, as you have demonstrated you have upon our field. That a master be courteous, as you have shown yourself to be, and as these noble gentlemen and ladies attest. And that a master be loyal to her kingdom and the society. With all that in mind, you do still desire to take upon the burden of peerage and swear fealty to the crown.
I do. Is there a caller?
Hi, falls to me to pass on this call, one of the original three, very appropriately, the one used for the elevation of the home.
This caller is token of your
Is there a pauldron? If we're passing along things that were given to me at my elevation. We can try. Then take from our hands this symbol of nobility and token of our esteem. Wear it proudly that all may recognize your skills and your service as we have acknowledged it today.